Well, yours looks good.
Hi, guys. Welcome to the Chelsea Skidmore Show. I'm here today with my guest, comedian Kate Quigley.
Hello. Woo!
Kate, you are returning to the pod.
I'm so excited. She said she wanted to slut it up, so she thought of me. Thank you.
Has anyone said that to you before?
No one has, but I'm sure everyone thinks it. So I appreciate you for saying it. Like, I need some good, dirty slut stories. So.
Okay, now I'm thinking sometimes my husband says he thinks I have Asperger's. Was that an example of an Asperger thing to say?
That could be an example of something on the autism spectrum, sure. But, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great. I like that you don't filter. I also like your cracked out. We have to talk about your eye makeup.
Thank you. And repeat the phrase that you had just said.
I said I'm jealous of Chelsea's cracked out sparkle makeup. I showed up, by the way, guys, it's daytime, 2 p.m.
Oh, and I have blue glitter eye makeup.
Yeah,
so.
I show up in the parking lot, and I didn't put on makeup till I got here because I was like, I don't need makeup. It's a daytime podcast. And then Chelsea looks like she came straight from a
partying
disco,
all night.
Studio 54.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that show Euphoria. Have you seen it?
I haven't.
I keep talking about it on my podcast.
What's it on?
It's on HBO. I'm
horrible with anything trending or cool.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I haven't even heard of it. How sad is that?
That's okay. It's I think it's for a bit of a younger demographic, anyways.
Yeah. I'm an old slut. Now that's your Asperger's kicking it. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah. I need to watch more.
Anyways, they all have really cool eye makeup, and a popular thing from the show is they all have really cool glitter eye makeup. So there's this brand that was selling the glitter gels from the show. I had been following the makeup artist, loving the looks, and I was like, I need those fucking glitters because I like experimenting with makeup looks. And got them in the mail the first day I tried them. It looked great. And then this time I did the blue. And when you start on a makeup look, but you've gone too far and you're like, okay.
And then you can't really go back without starting all over. But if you try to start over, it ends up smearing all over your people.
Which is what happened.
Yeah.
So I tried to remove it before I came. There's glitter all over my face.
I kind of like it.
Thank you.
I kind of like that there's glitter all over your face. It looks like you fell asleep after a night at a strip club, but you were getting all the lap
dances. So this is a 10 years ago, true to myself.
No, I actually really like it. The more I'm staring at it, I mean, granted, we're in lower light now, but
which is what it's probably meant for.
It's meant for, if you were at a nightclub, it'd be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Props. Well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And your coffee is huge.
Yes, my coffee this is the largest coffee they sell. Well, here's why I got this.
It looks like an off the menu size.
I know, right? It is off the menu at the airport and in other states.
Really?
But here in yeah. I mean, at Coffee Bean. But the reason I got this size is because, I was due for a free one. Every $1,000 you spend or something, you get a free drink. And when you get your free one, you get to pick any drink. It's not by size. So I get the most expensive drink they have. It's a 32 ounce with 8 shots.
I love that.
Yeah. So
I love your voice.
I've been fighting something. Thank you. But it doesn't usually sound quite this hoarse. This is extra hoarse for me. I got bronchitis in Washington, D.C.
Oh my God.
For real. Or no, it was in Florida, not D.C. It was in Florida. I've been traveling so much. I got so sick because, we do shows all weekend. I do 5 a weekend on the road. I never lose my voice. Sunday, I woke up or Saturday, for the Saturday night show, I woke up with no voice.
Wow.
I mean, I thought I was going to have to cancel the shows.
Yeah. How do you avoid getting sick when you travel so much? Because,
it's hard.
I will get sick every time I'm, in another...
Anywhere.
If I'm on a hotel and in a hotel room and sleeping in that hotel air conditioning, I don't know how not to come back with a cold flu.
I think that's what made me sick in Florida is just the in and out of humid to freezing to humid. My nose, I've had this throat and a runny nose and some sinus stuff since I got back from Florida. It's been over a week. Mm-hmm. But the funny thing about my voice like this is, did you know when I was in college, I paid for college doing voiceover, doing commercial voiceover?
Oh.
Yeah, so I was at a bar one night, and a guy came up to me and was like, you have an amazing voice, and my friend owns the hugest voiceover agency in the country, and you should totally... And I thought it was one of those dudes trying to fuck. And I was like, yeah, right, bro, whatever. Yeah, I get this all the time. He's like, no, really, here's my card. Just email me tomorrow, and I'll link you up. And it turned out it was legit. The guy's friend owned Voices Unlimited, which is one of the biggest voiceover agencies. So I started doing voiceover commercial auditions, but I was sick when I met this guy. So my voice sounded like this.
Yeah.
Then I got healthy. And then my agent was like, what happened? Did you quit smoking? What's going on? And I was like, no, I was sick and she was like, no, we have to get it back there. So then
my God, that's so funny.
So I was like I was like standing around secondhand smoke, like trying to breathe it in, like to fuck up my voice.
Where did you go to school?
Chicago.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's really weird. They had a lot of voiceover there, but
what kind of stuff did you do commercials?
I did like a McDonald's commercial. I did, oh God, I can't even, I think I did like a Febreze. I did so many commercials, like radio commercials in college. It's crazy.
Do you have a lot of long phone conversations with guys? Because I wouldn't want to get off the phone with that voice.
Thank you. No, not really, but I do. Some guys do call me though. Like, guys do seem to call me more. They say they hate calling, but then they do call. Mm-hmm. I will say the last guy I was dating was like, every time I hear your voice, it makes me, like when we broke up, he's like, oh, every time I hear your voice, it makes me miss you. Mm. The weird thing, no, he's a dick. Fuck that guy. No, the weird thing is I get recognized from the back for my voice sometimes. Mm. That's weird. Like I've been at coffee shops before where someone will be like, are you Kate Quigley? And I'll turn around and it's just because they heard my voice. They know. That's creepy.
Yeah, but that's good that you have that much of a unique voice.
So do you.
Really?
I think so.
I hate my voice.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I know everyone hates the sound of their own voice, but
I like it.
Thanks.
Where are you from?
New York.
I don't know why I thought you have like a Valley girl accent.
I know.
Do you get that a lot?
All the time.
Really?
My whole life.
But you had it your whole life then?
Yeah, I have.
That's so interesting.
Before I moved here.
Yeah, I never guessed I think I knew you were from New York, but I just forgot, and I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from. I sound exactly like my mom. She's from Orange County, though.
Oh, maybe
Newport
that's why.
Beach, but it's not like they really had that voice in the 70s.
They I don't know. When did the Valley Girl voice come about?
I don't know. That's a good question. When did that Nicolas Cage movie come out?
We have to do
Valley
some research.
Girl.
I don't know. I never saw Valley Girl either. Valley Girls. Valley Girl.
Valley Girl.
Valley Girl. I don't know. We're doing a
So
great job at knowing nothing on this podcast.
And
You're welcome.
we don't need to.
Yeah, you're right.
One of the things that I was dying laughing and continued thinking about is when, we did the Ice House show like a week or two ago.
Oh my God.
And you were talking about your date with the magician in the secret room.
That's real. Oh, can I say who that is?
Yes.
He might sue me.
Please.
It's a very famous. Oh, here's all I'm going to say. People will figure it out.
Please.
People will figure it out. It's a very famous musician who was recently Me Too'd, who was married to another famous actress / pop star who I dated for a while. In my bit, I say we fucked in the magic room, which actually, to be really honest, we didn't fuck in the magic room. We fucked around the magic room in the closet. But so I do a bit on stage about. I was like in love with that dude. By
Closet
the way.
sex sounds hot.
I like to fuck everywhere.
But he probably had a big walk-in closet.
Well, yeah, he had.
It wasn't like a coat room.
It's a true story. I could tell it on here because for the people that don't know it from stage. Okay, so here's the deal. You know what? This is a good story I've never even told. So I was a huge fan of this musician. Like, I'm talking like in college, he was one of my favorites. Like, if I had 5 favorites, he was in the top 5. So, it's weird when you move to LA how once you become like at a certain level in this business, suddenly people that you like used to like have crushes on as celebrities might DM you. Like, it's trippy. Like, it's happened to me a few times. And when it happened with him, I used to just tweet his music out every once in a while, not trying to get his attention. Like, I never thought I'd talk to him, just tweeted it because I liked it. One day I was driving and he just DM'd me. And it was like years ago, and he was like, hey, I just want to say thanks for always tweeting my music and supporting. I almost like crashed my car, girl. Like, I was like, holy shit. Like, I was freaking out.
How long did you wait to respond?
Till I was not driving.
Okay.
But the funny thing is, the fuck is that?
Oh my God, that
Sorry,
was like a cooking
the
timer.
Ghost. I don't know what that was. So the funny thing is that I was too like excited to be talking to him. It's happened to me twice with 2 like quote famous people that I've been afraid to be I can't be myself because I'm too excited. Like, I'm too fangirled.
I understand that. I think they are used to that.
Yeah. So with him, I never flirted. I always just kept it very short and professional. Like, oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm a big fan. if you ever want to do my podcast, whatever. And this went on for a couple years. Then at one point in time, he started flirting. I suddenly picked up that he was actually flirting because he sent me a photo. I posted a photo where I looked like shit. It was like the worst photo of all time. And I said like, hey guys, a lady just called me dude or sir at the airport. So killing it, something like that. And he sent it to me and was like, oh my God, this is the hottest photo you've ever posted. I want to get to know this person. Like, wow, this person looks so deep and like it looks so different from your Instagram and Twitter. He really just spoke to something I wanted to hear, which was like,
of course, every girl wants to hear that.
Yeah. So then we start talking and one thing leads to another. He ends up inviting me over. And I'm like, look, I'm not going to just come over and fuck you. I mean, I'm a fan, but this is not like, I don't do that. Like, I'm not a groupie. But I'll come over. We can hang. And he was like, I'm just going through a rough time. I feel like maybe you are too, just from like how you've been tweeting lately, which I was because I had just broken up with another guy that I told you about that I had found out was like fucking around on me for an entire year. Yeah. So I was going through a rough time. So I was like, yeah, maybe we can just be like friends. So I go to his house. Holy shit. This motherfucker, like, from the moment I met him, he disarmed me because he was so different from what I expected. Like, everything I expected, the whole rock star thing, like, he just was quiet and kind of humble and shy. And now I know he does hypnotism, and I think he was hypnotizing me. I'm telling you, he was hypnotizing
Oh,
me.
my God. Was he, like, speaking in a calm voice?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes. I walk in, he's like, hi. Like, if his name's Dave, he's like, hi, I'm David. Everything's very monotone. He's like, this is a no shoe house. He also made me take my hat off. I had a hat on.
What? No hat?
No shoes, no hats, no hat.
What, is he serving you lunch?
I know, it's like late at night too. And then I'm like mesmerized too because it's whole.
Wait, why did he make you take your hat off?
He just said, I don't know. He just took it off and he said, no hats indoors here.
But doesn't he wear fedoras? Isn't that like one of his main looks?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, I don't know if you know who this is. I can't tell you're mouthing. Yeah, he doesn't wear fedoras.
Oh, I don't think I know like his whole vibe very well.
You might be thinking of another
similar guy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys who are like similar vibe, I think.
This guy's like shaggy hair, tattoos.
Okay.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is,
Okay.
Hats
off, shoes off.
So hats off, shoes off. This is like, I go in, we go upstairs, and he's writing. Oh, that's the other thing. Because I said I'm at home writing, and he's like, we could write together. And then I come over. This is crazy. I forgot about this. So by the time I get to his house, which only took me 20, 30 minutes, not long, he has written me pages of jokes. Pages of jokes. And enough that I know he was writing them way before that night. Like he
Were they good?
No. They were not good. And not only had he written, I mean, some of them maybe, it was more like premises than jokes. You know when someone who's not a comedian tries to write jokes?
Yeah, my dad sends me like ideas all the time. And I'm like, what?
Right. But they think they're sending you a joke, but it's a premise. Like someone will go, hey, I had this idea that you should write a joke about how toilet paper always, when you pull it the wrong way, breaks. But there's no joke.
Like, and you can have that.
Right.
They're always like letting you know. They're always giving you like the consent.
Yeah. So he had written me a bunch of stuff, and then he wanted me to like stand up and do the jokes. He wanted me to practice them for him. And I'm proud of myself because here's the thing. Once I was in his presence, he was so like kind of nerdy and shy. I mean this as a compliment if he ever hears this. But like I liked that about him, but it made me it made me forget I was ever like I forgot who he was. He was not.
That's good.
Yeah, but that's why when he started telling me to do these jokes, I was like, no, these are bad. We're not doing this.
You said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, these are terrible. We're not doing this. You're being whatever.
Yeah.
And then he was so. I mean, you've been love bombed before.
Remind me what that means.
Love bombing is when it's like something that narcissists and sociopaths do. It's like a thing where they give you so much love and affection and attention so intensely. And then as soon as you start to like give it back, they take it away. So it's like a tactic that narcissists use to like basically take the power because they love you like no one has ever loved you very specifically.
Yeah.
And they study
my whole
you.
dating experience.
Yeah, I'm
much.
sure. Because you're
No, then the rug was always pulled. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what they do. So that's what this guy did. So Okay, so the first night still, or actually it was the second night he showed me the magic room. Actually, the first night I spent the night, but we didn't have sex. Nothing happened. We made out. That's
Okay.
it. I wouldn't fuck him. And he even said, like, is this like a... He showed me a movie, by the way. He showed me a movie. I should have known it would never work out. He showed me a movie. He was like, I want to show you something really cool I think you'll love. And he picked out some documentary about some musician / performance artist who used to, like, get completely naked on stage and play, like, death metal and shit in his hand and throw it at the audience. And it was, like, a huge phenomenon.
Is that like Gigi Allen?
No, I don't remember the guy. It was a guy.
Was he punk rock guy?
I
think you're talking about Gigi Allen. Is Mike Schmidt in the room?
I don't know.
Well,
We
I
have to
know
look
he
it up.
used to do like crazy shit.
This guy specifically, his whole thing was shitting on the audience. That was his whole entire. It wasn't even about the music. It was about him shitting. It was he was a heroin addict and a meth head. And he was covered in tattoos. He looked like a skinhead with tattoos. We have to look it up. We have to look it up. So, but I just thought it was so funny that, like, of all the things he could have picked to show me.
Yeah.
He's like, here's a film I think will be right up your alley. And it was like a dude. And I was like pretending that I would like this. It was kind of interesting, I guess. Anyway, so that night we hang out all night. We have a great time. And then I go home. And then he's like, come back tomorrow after your show. Oh, he also was like, can I come to your show? And I was like, no, I should have let him. I didn't. And then the next night I come back, he had bought me slippers to wear at his house. He's like, so when you come over here, since it's a no shoe policy, I got you slippers to wear. Like, that's the shit that's the
so
love bombing, right? Thank you.
You're like, should I
get
bring
it.
my suitcase tomorrow?
Literally.
That's
yeah.
insane.
He was like, you just check every box. Like, he's like, I know it. Like, I've only known you a night, but I mean, like, you're the one. Like, I've never met anyone like you. Like, you're so. He's like, in real life, you're so cool and chill and quiet, and I can tell you're not a slut. See, Chelsea, he could tell. He was wrong. He was wrong. You were right. But so then he's like, well, there's something else I have to show you before we can move ahead. And he's like, but I only show this to people I really have feelings for. And I was like, okay. And he was like, come on. He's like, or he goes, you may have noticed. Okay, I call him a wizard on stage. He was like, you may have noticed I'm a Wiccan. And I was like, how would I have noticed that? And to his credit, he has like 8 bookcases all over his house filled with like Wiccan books. But I didn't even know. He goes, you may have noticed all the books of witchcraft. And he has witchcraft shit all over his house, which is fine. No judgment. But he goes, but upstairs I have a ritual space for practicing magic. And I was like, okay. So I call it a secret magic room on stage. But that's what it was.
Totally.
That's what it was, because he takes me upstairs and we really did go into a walk-in closet. And this walk-in closet had like all these figurines and stuff in it. He's like, it's so mad at me. Fuck it. And then behind there was like a bookcase that opened. And behind it, there was a little like tunnel to a hidden room. And that is like the magic room.
Oh my
It's
God.
a hidden
What was
magic
in
room.
there?
It looked kind of like a sauna, like a little wooden kind of, I don't know, there was some little like, I don't know, like,
but what about the
oils.
ventilation for the smoke from the candles?
He wasn't burning candles.
Okay.
But I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
There was a little window in this room. It was like
Okay.
a little alcove out, like from the outside of the house, you can actually see where it would be. Anyway, so
Wow.
then I'm about to go in, like I say on stage, I'm about to go in. And then he says, we can't just go in. He goes, I know this is awkward because we haven't done this yet, but we can only go in naked. So,
That is such a fucking
line.
yes.
I know.
That's too good.
Now I know, because since then I have Googled it. And while it is true that some witches do practice magic in the nude, it's not like
A rule.
mandatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's slick.
Yeah. Yeah. And then also he told me, he said, the women I date always have a problem with this because it's like, he does magic with other women. Like, he's in a coven or whatever. So, like, if he's dating you and you're, like, on the road, he's, like, doing naked magic with other bitches in the magic room.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which I'm like, that's not
Whoa.
okay. Like, I mean,
Cult status.
Yeah, you think? No, I date all cult leaders, man.
Do you?
The last guy I dated, I think, was a serial killer too, or not a serial, definitely on this, like, the serial killer scale.
Wow.
But so we went in there, and then he tried to take me to the astral plane.
What? What is that?
I forgot to say that on stage.
What the fuck?
I want to
is
do a
that?
joke about that and be like, my butthole was so sore. But actually, The astral plane is like, it's like another realm that you can go to where apparently you're like closer to like God and nature, and you can go outside your body. You can basically.
Yeah, that's when a dick is in your ass, right? That's like the.
When a dick's in your ass, you leave your body. You levitate.
I had a weird. I'll tell you after.
Please
when
tell
you're
it
done.
now. No, go on. A dick went in your ass and you levitated?
No, well, I was having sex and there was either the dick was in my ass or there was like a glass. I hate the word dildo.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. A glass dildo.
I hate the word dildo.
I hate the word dildo too. We need a new word for it.
I hate it.
Let's just say glass penis.
There was a glass penis.
That's better. Or glass object.
There was a
phallic object.
There was a glass penis. And I hate that word too.
I do too.
There was a glass dick.
Glass dick? Is that better?
Like I'm fucking a glass person.
A glass dick.
No, there was either
glass dick.
Both holes were taken. Occupied.
That's better.
Occupied Whole Street. And no, that's.
So you're having sex, and there was a real dick in one hole.
And there was a real dick in one hole, a glass dick in the other hole. And I came, and I have no idea. Like, I literally described it as I felt like I was time transporting. And I've never said anything like this in my fucking life. But I said, I feel like I'm in the 80s.
That's
or I said, I feel like I'm time transporting to the 80s.
That's what you said when you came? Like when
yes,
you were coming?
and because it was like something happened because of both holes.
That does happen.
So that was the astral. Really? Have you had that experience?
Yes. Yes, I've
and
had an out-of-body
experience.
experience.
Like vibrating, and I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Dude, I'm telling you, I think that's. Wait, he told me. The guy told me that you can do sex magic. You did sex magic.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, one time I ate an edible and I masturbated by myself, and I really thought that I was having sex with another person so much, like so intensely. I felt like I was watching it from outside my body, and I was watching me fuck this dude. And the next morning, I was so convinced it was real. I was like looking, or I was confused where the guy went. I was looking through my phone. Did this person leave a text? Like I really thought someone was there. It's just edible.
Did this person leave a text?
Yeah. Like there's no note, there's no text. Who was that
looking
guy?
for the washcloth.
Yeah, I was like, I was looking in the hamper for like dried cum on a fucking towel.
Yeah.
But anyway, so with that dude. We did go in the magic room. Oh,
did you do magic?
Well, that's the thing. We started. So we actually did go in there. Okay, here's what happened. We go in there. Mind you, we were high as shit. Okay? Mm-hmm. Like we were both doing drugs.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing. I did coke.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
We go in and then he's like, okay, we're going to close our eyes. What did he say? Close your eyes. So we're naked, by the way, which is really weird to be naked with someone you haven't fucked yet. But just naked in a way that's supposedly like actually he did make me almost feel like he was like a doctor at that point. Like he wasn't being sexual. Like it was very much like
clinical.
Yeah. And he's like, we have to touch hands. And then
he's like, we have to touch extremities.
Yes. And this guy, like, I legit believe he does magic because after we ended it too, so much creepy shit was going on around my apartment. I was convinced this guy was casting spells on me from far away, and I was having the most lucid dreams of my life about this person.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you. And then I talked to him later, and he said, "I've been reaching out to you."
Whoa!
I know, man.
Did you read like a spell though? You touched hands.
So we touched hands, and then he said, "Close your eyes," and then he started
eating you out.
The end. That's the happy ending. No, he started saying something, some kind of
Latin,
I don't know if it was a spell, but whatever he was saying.
Language.
Yeah, some shit. I
Were
don't know
you
what
scared?
it was. Well, that's the thing. I actually did start to feel, I'm not saying it was real, but I started to feel some kind of like lifting, like something was happening that freaked me out. And I was probably because I was high and
you
do
weren't
it.
coming down. Because like if I was on coke in that situation, I would start to feel like bad.
It was like the best coke I've ever had in my life. That was so chill. I don't want to encourage people
to. No, it's
to.
okay. We've all done coke.
But whatever he puts in his cocaine, it's like this celebrity coke. They put B vitamins and nitrogen and shit in it.
Really?
Yeah,
Is there
real.
such thing as celebrity coke?
Yeah.
What? Tell me about that.
Yeah, you don't know that?
Well, what?
It's like B vitamins, nitrogen. Some people put like a dab
nitrogen?
of Klonopin. Yeah. So it's basically...
a little Klonopin is a good idea.
Mm-hmm. So it's basically like The B vitamins and the nitrogen supposedly.
I thought nitrogen was like air.
That's what no,
I
it's
didn't
like
know it was in
nitrogen
powder form.
dioxide. Yeah, I think nitrous.
No, nitrous is the
Nitrogen.
thing in
I
the
don't
balloon.
remember. I think it's nitrogen. I'm almost sure. I don't know. I know B vitamins.
I feel
know
like
Klonopin.
nitrogen is something on the periodic table.
Nitrogen?
Of
No,
elements.
that's helium you're thinking of in balloons.
Well, there is like 100
Can
things
someone
on
look
that
up
table.
nitrogen?
I know.
Can we
That's-
Google nitrogen?
I
We need
a
a laptop.
I need a
during this.
co-fact checker.
we need-
in the,
Definitely the
Well-
Klonopin and B vitamins.
Yeah.
All I know is this. It was the smoothest. It was like almost like smoking a joint coke. It was like it wasn't. It didn't make me paranoid, but definitely it could have added to the experience of like feeling something. But point is, I stopped him. I was like, let's do this when we're not high, which I didn't know he was going to be high for the entire duration of the time I knew him, or I would have stopped him. And then we cuddled in there, and he was like, that's why I say on stage, he was like, I've never cuddled anyone like this in here before. Like, I never do this. Like, he's definitely lying.
If you say I never do this, think about when the times that you say I never do this to a guy.
Usually it's true.
Really?
Well, yeah, because I really, if I say I hardly ever do this. I never say never because nothing is never. But like for instance, I don't let many guys spend the night at my house. So if I let someone and I say I hardly ever let guys sleep over here, that's real. I usually kick them out.
I remember like specifically like, you know, having a one night stand with someone and like we had sex all night and all morning. And then when I like woke up and I was leaving, I like automatically really liked him. And I was like,
oh no.
You know, I never do this. It's not like I always do this, which I feel like
But
I felt like I
have,
was lying when I said it.
Did you have a lot of one night stands?
I didn't.
Me neither.
I
haven't.
It was like my first one night stand, I think. So I was like, I really never do this, but I still felt like I was lying when I said it. Or I was like, he's never going to believe me.
It's almost like it sounds so cliche, but I usually don't say it unless it's true. I haven't had many one night stands at all. It's hard to have them now because one, people are easy to find.
Yeah.
And I'm good in bed. Honestly, the other day this guy said to me, I almost fucked this dude the other night. I've been on the prowl, girl.
Okay.
Because I broke up with someone, and then it's like I just realized from this last relationship, I just don't want one. I just want right now I'm too busy. I just want a stable of good booty calls that actually like enjoy their company, but we're not going to date. And I don't have those, which is wild. People think that it's like so easy for a chick.
It's
not.
It's not.
No.
It's not.
They all either they aren't that good in bed, the chemistry isn't there, or you start to like them, or they start to like you. The guys I really try to use for sex are the ones that usually catch feelings because they're not used to women treating them like just a piece of dick. So anyway, I tried to hook up with this guy the other night, and he said to me, I just want to do it one time. And I was like...
Before?
Yeah, he said that to me like when we're texting about it.
I just want to do it one time. Was he cheating though?
No, he said I've always wanted to fuck you. I want to do it one time, and then we can go just back to what we are.
What is it? Renting a Ferrari?
Right.
Like, you know?
No. Yeah, it's better than renting a Ferrari. I go to him. I go, you're not gonna do it one time. No one ever just fucks me one time. Are you crazy? I meant that.
Yeah.
But I did have a one night stand with a 49er, and I guess technically I had a one night stand with a Vegas stripper.
A male stripper?
Yeah.
I
You too?
Well, no. When I was in Paris, I was at a gay club because I was there with my gay guy friend. And in Paris, and they had this guy who was naked in the shower at the club, like on display in a glass box.
Oh, I forgot. I did one of those too.
And he had such a huge dick, and I saw him downstairs like a little bit later, and I was like, hey, I don't care if you're gay or straight, but I want to hook up with you. You're so fucking hot. And he was like, I'm actually straight. And I was like, I don't believe you, but let's go in the bathroom. And I sucked his dick, and then he tried to fuck me, but we didn't have a condom. And I was like, no. And it was on Valentine's Day in Paris.
Oh, how romantic.
Yeah.
Good for you. I fucked a guy who I watched take a shower on the stage as well. How
Really?
funny is
Where
that?
was that?
In Vegas. It was not the stripper. I forgot about this guy. This guy was headlining Chippendales.
I've never been. Do I need to go?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, I shouldn't say that because my friends like produce it.
Whatever.
Sure. It's actually... You know what? It's fine. It's
Who is
fun.
it for?
Bachelorettes and Midwest
No,
housewives.
but who? Is it for
Yeah,
Midwest housewives?
Totally. I think Magic Mike is more for us, and Chippendales is more for like if, you know, someone 10 years older than us was getting married. Maybe.
I would feel uncomfortable at one of those. I don't know why.
No way. Not
No?
me.
Okay.
Well, I like to figure out which ones are gay and straight. Also, what's so funny, okay, I'll tell you this story. So, oh man, fuck it. I'm naming names on yours. I never name names,
I named
Chelsea.
so many names on yours.
You name one.
I felt like I named a couple.
Was it Benicio del Toro? we won't go into that. Okay. Oh God. Okay. Well, I know Tyson Beckford, and he was headlining
Gorgeous.
it. Yeah. So he was headlining it, and Tyson. First of all, it's so funny because he was like, "Come to Chippendales," and I was with my guy friend, and I was like, "He's not gonna come." And Tyson's like, "Tell him like all the chicks afterwards try to bang you, and like they're hot chicks here, man." It's like I pull all these tens, whatever. And we go, and afterwards we're sitting there watching the audience come out, and we're like, "Where are these tens, bro?" Like, not to be a dick, but I mean, like, it's not like that at all. It's really like Midwest housewives, and not to say they're not tens, but you know, it's like he made it sound like the whole room is filled with like Playboy bunnies. Like, no. But long story short is me and Tyson kind of ended up going back to his place, which he'd tried to for so long, and I just wasn't feeling it with him. He's so hot.
He's gorgeous.
He's so hot. But
oh my God.
But he knows.
Yeah.
So like that turns me off.
So he has that like
yeah,
thing.
like he has that thing like I should just get it because
like,
I'm.
attitude.
But he's a nice guy. He was always nice to me and everything. But then so that night I said to my girlfriend, no matter what happens, don't let me go home with Tyson. No matter what. Then we get there and we're watching the show, and there's this scene where Tyson gets on stage and he gets naked and takes a shower, and his ass is to the audience, and I was like, I'm going home with Tyson. My girlfriend was like, you said no. I'm like, don't fucking stop me,
Was
bitch.
there soap?
Yeah.
Something about soap bubbles is so hot.
Something about soap bubbles on that ass. It was,
Did he show his dick, or was just from the back?
He turns around, like he has like
profile.
a little towel thing over it, you know, but then he turns around at the end, and then like right as the lights go out, he like pulls the towel so you don't see anything.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
And how was it?
well, that's the thing. We went back to his place. We hooked up. It was great. He was great. However, I didn't realize how drunk I was. I've told this story before, but I've never said who he is, so people know this story, but I didn't realize how drunk I was. I didn't drink that much, but it was hot as fuck. It was Vegas, and the drinks were free, so I think they really, you know, whatever. So we hook up twice. Once on his balcony, which was so hot, like overlooking the pool.
So hot.
Yeah, it was so hot. And then once in his bed, and then he goes, I'm going to get in the shower. We'll go for round 3. And he gets in the shower, and as he's in the shower, I feel the room start spinning. I'm like, oh, fuck. And I never puke. I've puked in my whole life. He doesn't believe this. This is what I'm talking about. Like when you say, you say, I swear I never do this. And they're like, yeah, right. I had not thrown up from drinking since I was like 24. And all of a sudden, the room's spinning. I'm like, I'm going to throw up. So I start running for his kitchen. It's a condo. I start running for his kitchen. And as I'm passing the bathroom, I'm like, I'm not going to make it. So I turn and I bolt in the bathroom, and he's in the shower. And before I'm even all the way into the bathroom, I just start projectile vomiting all over his bathroom. And I ate salad. So it was all like lettuce, and his whole bathroom's white. So I'm like just puking kale salad. And I'm talking just like like I had alcohol poisoning. Like I was so sick. And he's like, what the fuck? And I was like, I'm so sorry. And I'm throwing up. He's like, this is why I don't fuck white women. That's what he said.
That's funny.
It was so embarrassing.
Did you think that was funny, or were you like, fuck you, like drunk?
I was so embarrassed. I was so sick. I mean, it was like I was so embarrassed, but I was also so... Like I was puking. No, I couldn't. I puked for like an hour. You know when yeah. Oh my
You know
when you can't stop. I puked in the sink and then I started puking in the sink because I couldn't even get his bathroom was really big.
Yeah.
Couldn't get to the toilet. I just started puking in the sink, and then I ended up like passing out on the floor of his shower, and he had to like clean the bathroom while I was passed out, and then he like covered me up with a hand towel because that's all that was left.
A hand towel?
I'm in the little fetal position on the floor like a wet rat. He turned the water on me to try to wake me up, and then he put like a hand towel over me.
And then was he like...
And then he was like, get the fuck out.
Oh my God.
He really was. He was nervous because people could hear me, and people started calling security, and he wouldn't open the door because he's like, I can't have a passed out white woman in my shower. I mean, I get it. So to Tyson, I'm sorry. It's funny because the next time I was in Vegas, I tried to apologize. He was like, I was like, you want me to come over and puke over your place again? He was like, no.
Oh my God.
But the worst part about hooking up with him is when I met Tyson, I was with his buddy, and I had the hugest crush on his friend. And the reason I never fucked Tyson for like years is because I liked his friend. And I was like, I just know if I fuck Tyson, his friend ever finds out, his friend might be butthurt. And then one time his friend even said to me, I never went out with you because I thought you were into Tyson. I was like, no. So then I felt extra bad for fucking Tyson because of that guy. But so that's why I never said his name till now. But there it is. It's out now. You're welcome, everyone.
If it makes you feel any better, the first time a guy I had been dating, the first time I went home to visit like his family and stay at their house, I got alcohol or food poisoning or food poisoning. And I was throwing up and shitting in their bathroom at the same time.
I've done that.
I was, of course, yeah. And I was throwing up in their garbage with no liner, just straight in there in the middle of the night, like destroying their bathroom.
I'm sure they understood.
And in the morning, everything was like gone and cleaned up, and like we never spoke about it.
Oh my God.
I'm still like so embarrassed.
If a guy stays with you through that, though,
yeah.
like I dated a guy who I got food poisoning. This is terrible. I broke up with a guy in New York City. We were fighting. We were breaking up, getting back together, or whatever. It was one of those. We were in New York for work together. And then on the night before we left, we got in a huge fight at a nightclub. He like was really rude to the girls I was with. He was just that guy. He was a dick. He was talking shit to my girlfriends. I got pissed. And it was one of those situations where it's like, if a guy treats you like garbage in front of other women and you don't break up with them, you look like such a loser.
Horrible. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, it's like, so like, oh, that you put up with that? You're like a battered wife at that point.
Yeah.
So I broke up with him. And then he went out all night and got like shit-faced and fucked up and never came back to the room. And then I was like crying all night. The next day on the way to the airport, we stop at a bodega. I get a salad. And I ate it on the way to the airport. By the time the plane took off, I had food poisoning so bad, I spent the entire flight from New York to LA in a bathroom. Like they literally gave me one of the airplane bathrooms because I could not stop puking and shitting and puking and shitting.
At the same time?
Yes.
So where were you throwing up?
They kept giving me bags.
Okay.
I mean, at times I was just puking. At times I was just it was so gross. And I had just broken up with this guy. And when we got on the flight, I was like, I don't want to sit next to you. Find another seat. Fast forward to like 30 minutes later, I'm in the bathroom for this whole flight. And now this guy's all like, he knew how bad he fucked up. So he used the whole flight to like take care of me, to try to like, so he really did.
At least he showed up to do that.
He did. He took care of me and everything. But then
and then you're like, I can't break up with you now.
That's literally what happened. I'm like, now what do I do? The best part is there's this one part of the flight where I'm puking. And I'm standing up and I'm like puking in the toilet. And he's in the bathroom behind me. And he's like, we could totally join the Mile High Club right now. Like,
no,
that's
he
what
did.
He was. Yes.
No.
I'm like, only a fucking dude. Are you kidding? I'm dying.
Such an asshole.
Yeah, I'm literally dying. This is the same guy that when I got my boobs done, fucked me while I had like a blood bag hanging out of my arm.
Oh my God. He must be turned on by stuff like that. Because some guys are like that, just sickos.
Oh, I don't know. But so yeah, we got back. I was so dead, dude. I had to be wheeled out of the plane in a wheelchair. Yeah, I couldn't even walk. And then he came to my place and then he wouldn't leave for like 2 days. So I was really sick. And then after the 2 days, I was like, so we're still broken up.
Good for you.
Go. Yeah, I had to because he was a piece of shit.
Well, that was the least he could do.
Yeah, I mean, he had his moments. They all do,
Yeah, one time I know this is wrong. I was like 20 years old, not an excuse, but I was hooking up with a guy who was married.
Okay.
His choice.
Sure.
And
yeah.
And,
well, yeah, of course.
Usually I didn't know better at the time.
Did you know he was married when you started?
I did.
Oh, okay. Well,
he was like at the time I was a stripper, and he was one of my customers, and we would hook up outside.
Did he pay you for it?
Of the club?
Kind of. So, okay. That's fine. I mean, at that point, I'd say, live your life. Chelsea.
I mean, I had to pay for my classes in college.
Yeah.
And, oh my God.
I think did I just unplug something? My headphone. Are we still good?
I wonder.
I did it, I think.
Oh, it's okay. Hold on.
I think I kicked something because the mic thing is right here. I fucked it up. Oh. I got it.
You do?
Yeah. But which mic thing were you on is the question.
I don't know.
What number is her mic?
Wait, I don't even see.
I think this came out.
Hello, I can't. Well,
I think this came out.
Oh, that's okay. Let me make sure that the.
Because the mic thing is right by my foot. I was wondering what I kept hitting.
Hello. Hey, we kicked the thing. Hello, but is it still recording? Does that affect the mic? Does that affect anything? Okay. He's gonna give us. I'm just not gonna do the headphones. That might just be the headphone jack.
No,
Hello.
I got you back.
You did?
Yeah, I just plugged you back in.
Oh.
Now I can hear you again. I think
Hello?
I just kicked
okay.
her.
Are we good?
Her mic cable fell out. Sorry about that. I just moved that thing, so it was right under my feet. I was like, what am I kicking? I thought it was the chair. Sorry. Right.
Jonah, please delete all of that. No,
or not.
to Jonah.
Whatever.
My producer. So anyway, so I'm hooking up with a married guy, and I had I made dirt in a cup. Do you remember dirt in a cup? It's pudding.
No. Oh,
it's chocolate pudding with Oreo crumbs and like Cool Whip.
Yeah, I think we called it mud or something, but yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm lactose intolerant, but sometimes I eat like stuff that I shouldn't be eating.
Yeah.
So I made dirt in a cup, and he ended up coming over like an hour later, but it wasn't enough. Like I needed a little bit of extra time to digest that, and I was face fucking him, and he didn't take off all his clothes because he wanted. I guess it was like.
Yeah, I get it. It's like hot.
He wanted
like
to just pull down his pants and like pull up his shirt and like.
I get it.
It was like I'm a dirty little whore kind of thing.
Yeah, you are.
And and I was face fucking him, and I threw up all over his clothes, and he was like, I have to fucking go home to my wife, and I was like,
whose fault is that, asshole? What
I
the
know.
fuck?
And I felt bad, but he like freaked out.
I love when guys get angry at you for something like that. How about like the last guy I was just dating? I got so mad at this, I posted it. Have you ever had a guy insult something about your body?
Okay, is this about the pussy thing? Because we can get into that.
I fucking have never. Listen.
I've had it happen one time, and I'll tell you after you tell me what happened.
This guy, first of all, you know this person, but we'll talk about that later.
I already know who it is.
Oh, you do?
Sorry.
I don't care. I don't care. This motherfucker asked me out for 2 years. And not only was I not into this guy, I never even liked him. Not to be a dick, but there's certain people that your energy, you're just like,
You're so his physical type.
That's what I hear now.
Yeah.
So, like, anyway, I won't go out with him. Then what happened was the wizard and I break up. Yeah. And I'm really, like, going through it with the wizard. That was a tough one. And then he came at me like a friend. If you want to just hang and, like, talk, like, I mean, I know you're going through a hard time. I mean, the wizard was like, psycho. Well, you got me too. Yeah. It was crazy. So anyway, we start hanging as friends. One thing leads to another. We start going out. But I wouldn't fuck him. I literally said, I don't think we should do this. I don't want to fuck with a comedian. So let's date for a month before we have sex. So we start going out on like legit dates. And this guy's And this guy's like, I mean, he put on the full court press. Like no one has ever courted me like the way that he did.
What did he do?
Like he would do shit like I'd have a show in like Huntington and he'd be like, why don't you just let me drive you down there so you don't have to stress about traffic and then I'll just drop you off. Yeah, dude. Or like one night I was drunk in Venice. He's like, let me just Uber over there and drive you back in your car so you're safe. Like shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Before we ever fucked.
Wow.
I'm like, this guy's in love with me. And then we start fucking. And then he's
How
like.
was it?
The sexual. The first, at the beginning, it was amazing. Mm-hmm. It was amazing. He can't. I feel bad saying
no
something.
No one will know who it is. I'm never gonna tell. I'll tell you after.
Okay. He came 7 times in one night.
I didn't know a guy could do that.
Neither did I. And that is why. And listen,
you need to teach me some tips.
Thank you. You know what? That is why. Fast forward to I won't even go.
How tired was he?
We were both tired as fuck after that. That was like
7 times.
That's like over the course of like 15 hours of fucking. It was just kind of like a long ass fuck fest. Like fuck, sleep, fuck, sleep, fuck. You know what I mean? Like that.
Oh my God.
So it was great at the beginning, but the thing with him was, like he got. So the long story short is, I was trying to keep it casual. also when I started hanging out with him, I had a lot of like good options hitting me up, and not to be a dick, but I was
Not
like,
at
I don't
all.
know.
That's not being a dick.
Yeah, so I was like, let's just be casual, and he like was like, no, I want to be your guy. 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 Finally, I say yes, and he's one of those guys that the minute we were like together, every single thing he was doing to like court was just like done.
Ew.
Not only that, he would come over like blackout drunk and fucked up all the time, and like he tried to pee in my closet like 3 times. Like this guy was a disaster. Granted, I puked on Tyson Beckford's house, so nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
But that was like a once in a lifetime. This is like whatever. So I keep trying to break up with him. And then he keeps on begging. And then finally we have one fight that's like legitimately my fault. I was like being a drama queen. I like hopped out of a car and threw a fit about something. And then he dumped me. And then when he dumped me, I got so angry because I'm like, I didn't even want to be with you. Like I'm the one that kept trying to not be with you. And now you're dumping me. And then I was like, I feel like you just wanted the whole chase, and then the minute that you finally got what you wanted, and I was actually like in it, he even said the words to me, I know you have abandonment issues, but I'm not leaving, like I'm not going anywhere. I'm like, you're a piece of shit. I'm like, did you just want to fuck me? And he's like, no, honestly, Kate, he's like, your pussy's weird and
What?
it smells sometimes.
That's so immature.
He said your pussy's weird, and I got so mad.
Weird how?
That's the thing.
Did you get the specification?
No.
Okay.
And the thing that made me even more mad is he's like, your pussy's weird. Chels, I fucking have never in my life had to spend more money on, like, I had to get my couch cleaned like 3 times. My sheets. This guy came all over. This guy would come like a fucking, like he broke a fire hydrant and it just like spewed out everywhere. Not to mention his balls smelled.
Yeah.
Like I was complaining to my girlfriends, like, how do I tell him nicely? Like, I don't know.
Right.
And then I just was like, I can't believe, like, women are so nice. I never said a fucking word. And then I was so mad. Because it's one thing to fight, like, hey, you know, you lied about how much money you had. You lied about where you live. You lied about these things. It's another thing to like insult someone.
Yeah, that's
like
not nice.
that below the belt.
Yeah, and
literally.
especially like that's such a sensitive thing to comment on too.
Well, and also like what's crazy is for me, and I know that's why he did it, like that has always been the one thing that women are insecure, especially comedians.
Of course.
I've never been insecure about sex or my body because that's the one, I mean, certain parts of my body, but that's the one thing that like I know I have in the bag. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I like to fuck. I'm fun in bed. I always have clean pussy. Like, I'm confident about that. So he managed to find the one thing that I was like confident in. And then after him, honestly, like, took me a little while to fuck somebody because I was like insecure.
Of course.
I mean, I was really angry that he did that to me. I'm still angry.
Yeah.
And then I saw that motherfucker the other night and he had the nerve to come up to me with a big old fucking grin and be like, hey, and give me a hug. And then after he left, I texted him and was like, maybe, you know, we can talk and try to be cool. He blocked my number.
What?
Yeah, he fucking walked up to me on this patio, smiled, gave me this big ass hug, and that night left and blocked my number.
That's
sadistic.
Crazy.
Serial killer shit. I mean,
so
honestly.
Fucked up. And also, can I just say about the pussy smell thing? If you were fucking that much and your pH was not off, something would be wrong with your pussy.
Well, that's a good
Not
point.
even that it's true, but that's just an easy thing to say. But like that, like, you know, my pussy is normally fine, but if I have sex a lot,
yeah, I know.
then occasionally the pH will be off for a day.
Exactly.
And it will have a bit of a smell.
I told him too.
Sorry.
I told him too. I'm like, yeah. I mean, also we were fucking on my period. We were fucking. I also went to Lebanon and had a period that like stopped and restarted. Like I had some weird shit going on, but I've never been like a smelly pussy. Like
yeah,
it was such a below the belt thing to say. I was so angry.
Do some girls have like permanent smelly pussies?
Of
right?
course, yeah.
What do you think that is?
I think it's diet.
Okay.
I really think it's.
What do you think it is? Like
I
fast
don't eat
food?
I've always thought that sugar has something to do with it because I don't eat a lot of sugar. But
that
I know
makes sense because it creates
yeast infections.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't get a lot of yeast infections.
I've never had one.
I've had BV about 1,000 times.
BV? What's that?
Bacterial vaginosis.
Oh, I don't know the difference.
Okay.
I've only ever had a UTI. I've had one UTI.
I have never had a UTI.
I have one, and it was it went all the way to my like kidneys before I caught it.
God.
Yeah, it got really
How
bad.
did you know it was there?
To go to the hospital. Well, what's weird is most women, if you get a UTI, you have the symptoms of like it burns when you pee. You have to pee constantly. You feel like you have to pee when you don't. And I was peeing more than usual, but I actually didn't have any of the other symptoms. And it wasn't until my back started to really hurt. I went to the hospital. I was on the road. I actually went to the hospital on the road.
It hurt so much that you would have to go to the hospital.
I had to. My kidneys were infected. I could have died. It's crazy. Guys, don't, touch the butthole to pussy or clit. That's the problem. The guy.
Where did it hurt on your back? Upper or
way
lower?
lower.
Okay. I always get afraid that I'm such a hypochondriac that I want to hear the symptoms too, because I want to know if something like that happened to me, I would know.
Yeah, well, you would have others. I mean, also, like, then I started to have to pee constantly.
Yeah.
That's the biggest symptom is you feel like you have to pee and you sit on the toilet and nothing's coming out, but that feeling won't go away. But once I went...
Yeah, that's a... Yeah,
they fixed it real quick. They give you, medicine.
Cranberry juice in an IV.
Yeah, basically. But that was nuts. But yeah, this one, I was angry. And I'm also angry at myself with this one just because the saddest part is, but here's the best part. Another girl who we know, because this guy, as it turns out, now I know, has fucked every single person here. Everyone here.
He's an addict.
I'm more embarrassed that I fell for it. Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. No, it's not, because he's so below me. Like, I hate to say that, but I mean, like, if I'm going to fall for it, it needs to be fucking Brad Pitt, not this dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, he's charming. He has a big dick. I've seen a picture. Right?
It's okay.
Okay, maybe it was the photo.
Yeah, honestly, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't want to say, now I don't want to like, that's what's funny too though. You know the best part? When we got in this whole fight where he said the thing about my pussy, I said the dick was average. Yeah. Meaning the dick. Not his dick was average size, meaning the dick was average.
Oh, like the sex.
The sex was average. I said the dick. So then his whole thing is he's like, well, you call my dick small. I'm like, first of all, no. I said the dick was average.
And average is nice.
Average is not small.
Average is like 6 inches, right?
The average is
what
like,
is average?
I think average is actually like 5 or 6 inches. But his dick was bigger than average. But I'm just saying, like, I wasn't saying the dick was average as an insult. I was saying the dick was average, but that's not the point. Like, but it's just so funny that men will just target in on that one. Oh, you call my dick small. No, I never called your dick. And then he goes, well, average is small for a black guy.
Whatever.
Yeah, so, like, whatever. I mean, I don't fucking know, man. All I know is I feel stupid in hindsight. And then also one of the girls that I guess he did almost the exact same thing to this other girl.
Oh, wow.
Like, almost exactly. She said, oh, yeah, also, when we quit hanging out, he told me I had a weird vagina.
Oh, so that's his thing.
Apparently, that's his thing.
That's lame.
It made me feel better.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, I don't have a weird vagina.
And I love this girl.
Yeah.
And this girl is someone that I was like, she even warned me about this person. That's the worst when people warn you and you ignore the red flags.
I know, because you want to think that you're different. And
or they tell you. Like, I straight up asked about all these girls. I was like, what about this one? What about this one? Whatever. Who cares? Point is, this has happened to me now 3 times, though, where I've become better friends with a woman because we fucked the same guy.
Yeah. That's
always
an easy
fun.
bond.
Yeah.
Have you ever fucked someone who was like a butterface, but they had a really nice dick?
Yeah.
In college, I was like dating. I was in this like coked out relationship with this guy who was a club promoter.
Okay.
And all we did was coke. It was like a really bad summer. Like, we just lived to get high and then slept on Xanax and then woke up.
Oh my God.
For like 3 months straight. It was really crazy.
Yeah.
And he was so ugly though. He was very, very ugly in his face. And I would joke around with my friends about wanting to put a bag over his head. And, like, he was just so ugly. And I would always make sure we were, like, in the dark and in the shadows when we had sex, so I wouldn't have to look at his face. Or, like, it was, like, from behind. But, like, I liked having sex with him, but he was maybe I liked having sex with him because he was so ugly.
I mean, I fucked ugly guys.
Yeah.
I fucked lots of ugly guys.
No, but like, he was, like, people were like, he's so ugly, Chelsea.
That's so mean.
I know.
Isn't it so mean?
Was that so mean?
No, but it happens to me too. Like, I've definitely dated guys.
That too mean?
No.
Okay.
No. I've dated guys that I've had people be like, really? Like, what's the... Jim Jeffries told me about one of the guys. Jim Jeffries told me about one of the guys that I used to sleep with. He said, I used to want to fuck you till I found out you fucked this person. It was so grossed out.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I also tend to fuck guys that are not. It's like when I date comics, I never date like the hilarious comics. I date like, well, I guess I've dated maybe one. I don't know, but I have bad taste. I don't know what to say. I'm trying to get better.
Pick her off.
Actually,
a lot of people.
I can't be sexually attracted to not. I'm telling you, Charles. Joey Diaz set me up with the hottest, nicest dude.
Did he?
Yeah, and the guy's amazing, and he's hot, and on paper he's perfect, and he's great. He's wonderful. He's so
Yeah.
great. And I can't. When I kiss him, I don't have
The spark's not there.
ugh,
What do you think it is?
me because he's good for me. I think I only want to fuck people that will ruin my life.
I understand that. I had that same thing. Well, I only dated assholes or like push-pull relationships. You know, like people that I would
know.
have to chase and
Yeah.
then like they'd pull away. And for me, like I just grew out of it. It took 10 years though.
I was so sad about this last guy because I
Actually,
actually
it took 15 years.
oh God. Well, because the whole courting thing with the last guy,
Yeah.
I actually thought I had broken my pattern. Plus, after with the wizard, I went to therapy and I really like started to like work on that. So then when I picked another one, and I actually think the last one was worse than any. I actually think he was the worst only because me and all the other ones before were at least cool now. At some point, we kind of talk. I kind of get their thing and my thing, and like, but this guy, I think he likes it. Like the fact that he could smile at me and give me a hug and then leave and block. I mean, that's like some sadistic, like to me, it feels
Yeah.
like this is a fun little harem of he feels empowered here. Like, oh, I did this to all these bitches. Like that's how it feels to
Yeah.
me. So that, I don't know. So now I'm just like, I'm not dating again for a year because
a year.
because my career is like so great, like right at a good place right now that if I bring in another fuck boy and they distract me, I don't want to waste time.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
not
truth.
worth it.
Yeah, no.
So what are some of these?
Just gonna be
tips?
fucking. Just gonna be fucking out here. Oh, but that's what's so great. So you ready for this?
Yeah.
I'll give you the
What are
sex
you about to
tips.
do?
But well, so since him, I've been like trying to get it in, right? Just to.
Yeah, you got to get
I mean,
the rebound.
I did, but like the other night, I was trying to booty call this guy I used to fuck that like he's kind of my go-to rebound booty call. But we did date at one point, but it was so long ago, it's not like that anymore. So I have him saved in my phone as bad idea. And then I have another ex saved in my phone as liar. And I accidentally was texting liar.
No.
Thinking it was bad idea. So like I'm like, yo, I thought you were gonna come over tonight. Where are you at? Hit me back. He's not answering. I'm like, what happened, dude? Because we had talked the night before and he was gonna come over. I'm like, what happened? And then finally I get a text back, Kate, I don't think that you're texting the right person. And then I realized I wasn't. I was texting the wrong ex. But I was thinking how funny it would have been if he would have just shown up to fuck and it was not the right guy.
That would be good.
Yeah, but it didn't happen.
Oh my god.
I don't think it's that I have crazy sex tips. I think here's what happened with that guy is because we waited. And then we ended up actually doing it a little bit before the month. But what was kind of hot about it is we were trying so hard not to. So that buildup was there.
Yeah.
And then he had a birthday. And we hadn't had like a real night of like sex. Like we'd been trying to fight it. So I was like, you know what? It's your birthday. Just come over and do whatever you want. Happy birthday.
The buildup is. Oh, sorry.
That's it. Go
Okay.
ahead.
The buildup is something that, you know, now that I'm married, like
You miss?
have to really find things to like spice it up.
Yes.
And I didn't realize how much I missed the buildup. Like when it feels
buildup
like
is
all
so
the
fun.
blood like rushes
Yeah.
to your pussy because
Yes.
it's like the excitement sort
buildup.
of thing. This is like literally now a pornographic podcast.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Well, you said slut it up.
No, I know.
Actually, no, the buildup was honestly, I'm not going to lie. I think that's why me and him, I think that's why he thought he was in love. I don't think he ever, or he's a love addict, whatever. But like, because it was fun because I was like torturing him on purpose. I mean, it was fun because it was like we
Yeah.
decided we're not fucking. And then, to be honest, then like, even after we did do it, The problem was that once we were really getting to know each other. And once we started having sex, we stopped getting to know each other. It just turned quickly into like every time we were together, we just fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And so then at one point I was like, I think that we should go a week and not fuck and just like go back to like talking, getting to know each other and stuff, you know? And then that's what made it like, if you could in your marriage, I would challenge you to be like, we're going to go a week, no sex, no masturbating, but then like torture him. That's fun. Like torture him, like then walk around in like lingerie or like kind of come close to it, like tease him, like edge him.
Yeah,
I think edging
edges me all the time.
Oh, I love it.
It's annoying.
I love it.
I love it too until the point where I'm like, okay, that's enough.
Oh, I love it, but then they have to finish you.
I know.
They can't
but
just edge you and leave.
Sometimes he'll keep pushing further, and I get a little annoyed inside. I'm like, okay, I fucking enough. But,
I love when guys do that shit though.
Yeah, the other night, we decided we were gonna hook up, and I was like, okay, he was doing something. He's like, I need 5 minutes. I was like, okay. So I had an extra 5 minutes in the bedroom. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put on a fun outfit. He really likes socks. Like I'm gonna put on like thigh high like fishnets, and then I just started like putting on a whole outfit. I had these like really slutty earrings, and I know that's what are slutty earrings.
Yeah, what are slutty earrings?
I got them from the Hustler store for an audition
Are they
to be a
giant
magician's assistant.
pussies? What are
No, they're like icy like chandelier diamond sort of
like hooker
earrings.
like stripper earrings.
Yeah, but they're hot. They
Okay.
have like, I don't know. They're like Vegas showgirl earrings.
They go with your makeup.
Exactly. And I had this makeup on, but it was
Ooh.
pink glitter, and I had lashes, so I was
Hot.
really done up for something else I had been doing. But so I put that on. I put on like the mini skirt with no underwear and the heels, and then I put like a bra on, and then I was like running out of time, so I just put my leather jacket on, and I went outside and I rang the doorbell.
Shut up. That's so fun.
I know.
See?
And when he answered, he was already naked. He had like the same idea as me, which was funny. And then we just like played, like did a little role play for a minute.
That's
you know?
cute.
And it was so funny because we just like started like making him a thing. And I go,
I love that you guys do this.
and he's such like a funny actor. And he's like, what do you do? And I go, oh, I just moved here to be an actress. What do you do? And then it goes, I'm a director, producer. He goes, B movies, but you know, this is about you. And like put his hands behind his head. And it was like so on point. It was so fucking funny.
That's so fun that you guys do that. You know, the only guy that ever really, really role played with me was when I dated the porn actor.
Oh, what did he do?
Oh God. I hate to say it.
And what was
but
it like dating a porn star? I know that's
hard.
so cliche, but
no, you know what was hard about it? It wasn't about him fucking other women, because I could tune it out, sort of. I mean, like, look, nobody wants to date a porn actor.
yeah.
But this guy, to this day, I mean, I will never have better sex. And it's
Really?
not because he's a porn actor, because I've hooked up with more than one porn actor.
Did you meet him when you hosted the
Yeah.
AVN? Oh,
Yeah.
really?
But I liked this guy, but also the sex was like, I mean,
Did you fuck him that night?
no, I didn't fuck him either because I didn't want to. I really didn't go into it like wanting to fuck porn actors, wanting to date porn actors. Never. That was kind of the beginning of anything for me in that whole world. And then this guy, I just kind of liked him. He had that bad boy, but he was sweet to you thing. Like he was a bad boy, but he'd like hold doors and hold your hand and like pay for whatever. But oh my God, this guy, first of all, the role play, like there were nights I'd come over to fuck him and I'd come in his house and all the lights would be out and he'd be hiding. And it was scary. It was like almost like rape fantasy.
Did you know he was going to be hiding?
No. I would never know what he was going to do. He would never tell me.
Oh, it was something always like fun and exciting.
There's just always something.
I wonder if he feels a pressure
I don't think
to
so.
bring
Maybe.
like a cinematic present, you know.
Well, no, I think it's just like he's dominant and I like that.
Okay.
I love that. That's what was missing in the last thing, to be honest. It was too lovemaky for me. I like guys that like beat you up and choke you out.
Wait, so he was hiding?
So what he would do is like all the lights would be out and I wouldn't know like what room he was in. So I'd come in his house and I would be like, hey, where are you? And I'd be walking around, and then he'd suddenly like grab me. Yeah. And then
like bend you over the couch and start fucking you?
he'd grab me, like hold me up against the wall, he'd like choke me, start fingering me or something. And then if I go to touch his cock, he'd be like, don't fucking touch my cock. Like he was so like dominant.
And you're
I
like,
loved it.
okay.
Yeah. Or sometimes he would like, he would like, I would get on top of him, which is like the easiest way for me to come. I don't know about you, but like
I can't come from sex.
Really?
I haven't.
Even on top?
No, it needs to
Put
be
a
from like oral.
Plug it.
Pussy eating. I don't know. I'm getting technical.
Really? Oral. Well, I would get on top of him, and then like I would be so close to coming, and he'd be like, "Don't you dare fucking! If you fucking come, I will never fuck you again. Don't you?" Like he wouldn't let me. Like he would be like, "Don't you come until I tell you can come." Like that shit is so hot.
And you're like, okay, and he's like, okay, what? And you're like, sir, and he's
yes,
like, that's right.
Yes,
I love that.
I love that too. Yeah, and he's like,
yes,
"What do you?"
Sir.
And then when he make me come, he go, "What do you say?" Thank you.
Thank you, what?
Thank you, sir, or thank you, daddy. I hate calling guys daddy.
I'm not into the daddy.
No, me
either.
neither. But I mean, like honestly, that was the best sex of my life.
Wow.
And I've had sex with one other guy who was technically as good and adventurous and everything, but we didn't have that chemistry. I mean, this guy also looked like a murderer.
Did the porn star want to fuck you standing up a lot?
Yeah, but I like that.
I don't like the standing up. Not a lot of guys do it. I think you have to be like the guys who do try to do it. You could tell like they just want. I don't know.
You got to be the right height. And stuff.
Yes, you have to be tall.
I like when guys fuck me in the kitchen.
Yes,
you know.
I like having sex anywhere that's not the bedroom.
Me too. Oh, parking lots.
Yes, I had sex in the parking lot of Walmart during the day at like 2 p.m.
In a car or outside?
In a car.
I've done it standing up in a parking lot at night.
Were you against the car?
I was against
or just free falling.
Actually against a mobile, like a camper thing.
Oh my God.
Not mine.
Yeah, a random camper. I wonder if they were inside.
So did we. I was like, we should be quiet. There might be people in here. I'm like banging.
They were like
wall.
jacking off inside. Oh my God, imagine.
Oh my God,
that's fun.
Good sex stories. Memories.
Where are other weird places you've had sex?
Oh, a trampoline once on a trampoline.
Oh my God, but
that's
obviously
not that
laying
weird.
down, you weren't jumping.
No,
that is
Laying
weird.
down.
Not weird, but unusual.
Yeah, middle of a baseball field one time in a park in Ohio.
Yes.
This is when I was young.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's been a lot of good places, man. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you know what you guys could do too to spice your shit up? You could go to a sanctum party.
So I've been.
Oh.
And I thought it was so corny.
Really?
I went when I first moved here, like the first weekend I moved here, and I went with my friend who like goes to those things.
Yeah.
And I just found it to be really, really lame. And I don't know if it's changed in 6 years. It was at like a house off Mulholland.
I've been to 3. I thought 1 was dumb. I thought 2 were good. The Halloween one was fun. Because the Halloween one, they got a whole floor at a hotel downtown. They turned it into like an insane asylum. So the theme was like insane asylum. So although like it was like a little more creepy and weird, but I could see thinking that's corny.
Everyone was ugly and lame.
No way.
And like, yes. And everyone was just like dorks.
Oh, wow.
Like, it just.
Like, you mean the patrons, not the performers?
The patrons were just fucking dorks.
Yeah, there are a lot of nerdy dudes. That's the only bad thing. But they're billionaires.
Really?
I mean, I met like 3 legit, billionaire. Not that you. But the thing is, it's like you're not going to date a guy. I met this guy who was a billionaire there. And then we exchanged info, and then he kept asking me out. And I was like, maybe I should try to date this guy. But then my whole problem was I was trying to turn him into like, I was trying to like date him traditionally. But I'm like, well, I met him at a sex party. Like, probably not going to go down like that. But I'm weird because as freakish as I am, like, and as much as it sounds like I've done a lot of random fuckings, I've told all these stories on here, but I don't fuck many people. Like every once in a while, there's one like a Tyson or a Vegas stripper that comes across, but
you're selective.
For the most part, it's not that many.
Have you ever had a threesome with 2 guys?
No, but it's kind of on my bucket list. As I just said, I'm not, but I kind of want to.
I feel like every girl, like I always hear that's like their fantasy. For me personally, I don't know.
You don't want to?
No.
I think I'd be into it. But the thing is,
like too much.
I'm not looking for double penetration in the back with 2 dicks.
Ugh.
That's too weird.
No.
I don't want that.
Have you ever had like more than one thing in a hole?
Yeah, like a butt plug and a.
And a dick in the same hole at the same time?
Oh, in the same hole? No. Oh, no. I don't want that. I don't even want 2 tampons in
Yeah.
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 You ever put in a second tampon by accident? You're like, oh my God.
I actually don't think I have, but it's always a fear.
Yeah, me too. I used to be scared they'd get lost up there forever.
Well, did I tell you about the triangle makeup sponge? How you can have sex on your period?
That's what porn stars do.
Yeah, I learned that trick from
They put sponges up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that for like 10 years.
How'd you get them out?
You fish them out.
Oh.
You like squat. It's always scary. It's a little bit of a thrill.
Oh my God. This is the dirtiest podcast.
I know. This
I
is
feel
definitely
so much guilt about it.
I
too.
love how you have 2 phones.
That's
so
because I
fitting
got
for
robbed.
This brand of podcast.
This is my drug phone. This is my whore phone.
Oh my God. That's
no,
so
because
funny.
I got robbed on the 4th of July.
Really?
Yeah, I got robbed on the 4th of July at
What
a bar.
happened? I've never been robbed.
Not at gunpoint or anything. It was more like I have my purse just like this, sitting on a table with a bunch. Oh, I was at the seediest, most amazing gay nightclub in North Hollywood, but not like a cool one, like a ghetto ass.
That's fun.
It's like
that's fun.
LA's #1 Latino gay nightclub, and it was trans night. Not that it matters, but it was 4th of July. It was trans night. It was trans strippers. The place was half empty, and everybody there looked like they would sell you drugs outside. Like it was like that kind of vibe. And I went there with, of all people, Jonathan Lipnicki, the kid from Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
And then my gay friend and my friend Jessica. And I say, hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom, guys. Watch my bag. They're all at a table. I come back. No one's paying attention. My bag's open. Like, everything's gone.
No.
My keys, phone.
But you had the bag on you.
What bag? The Coke bag? No Coke then. No. But, yeah, I wish. But no, so I lost my phone, and I just bought it. So I'm not buying another one because I just spent like $1,000 on this fucking phone, and now all the new phones are about to come out. So I was like, I'm just going to activate my old phone.
Yeah.
So I did, and then the battery lasts on this like an hour and then dies, which is why I'm carrying 2. So when this one dies, I can turn this one. It's like a
gangster.
backup. I mean, it's not. I'm going to lose. And then the best part is I dropped this one in the toilet here the other night. Completely dropped this in the toilet. It's still working.
I dropped a phone in a toilet full of throw up at a party, and I just towel dried it off. I didn't even wash it. I just wiped it. I was drunk at a party. I just wiped it off with a towel, and I continued using it.
Do you know what I did with this one?
And it still worked.
This one still worked. I pulled it out of the toilet. I took it to the bar, and I said, can I get a bottle of your cheapest vodka? I'll pay for a cocktail, and I poured vodka on it to use the alcohol to
that's so
disinfect
funny.
the phone.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
How do you feel about eating ass? And we're gonna wrap up soon.
I've done it. I'll do it if. Well, no.
My husband wants me to eat his ass.
Why don't you?
He's not like begging for it, but I know that he wants it.
Make sure it's clean.
It just like grosses me out.
Really? See, it doesn't gross me out as long as I know it's clean.
It's like, where is it? Do you know what I mean?
You gotta get it.
It's like hidden.
It depends. Is it hairy?
Yeah, he's Italian.
Yeah, see, no, the times I've done it, one was Asian. Okay, one was white. Now I'm thinking about it. His wasn't hairy, though. I don't know. He's not a very hairy guy. Mm-hmm. But, like, both those guys, first of all, hinted at it. Well, one straight up asked. And then the other one did it like this. Like, he FaceTimed me from the shower, and he's like, damn, I'm cleaning my butthole so deep. It's going to taste like the grapefruit soap.
Ew.
Like, but I think that was his way of, like, hinting. Like,
but that's still, like, lame. I'm sorry. I know I'm being judged.
Then I did eat his ass, and it did taste like grapefruit.
Oh, my God.
And by the way, here's why I got so angry about the dude that told me whatever about my pussy, because that guy said, you have the best tasting asshole and pussy I've ever had. It tastes like Skittles, which I think is credit to Summer's Eve. I use Summer's Eve. And so whenever I'd want him to eat my ass, I'd be like, taste the rainbow.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah. See? Fuck these haters. I'll do anything if I love a guy. This is the worst thing I ever did. Have you ever let a guy pee on you?
No.
I let a guy pee on me once.
Tell me.
We were in love. We were living together. He was like, I always wanted to pee on a girl. I never did it. And
where were you?
It was disgusting. In the shower.
Oh.
Laying down.
Like, okay.
He's like, lay down. And then he peed. But the thing is, he was just trying to pee on my tits. But it was like splashing on my face.
Like,
that's why. I was like, this is disgusting. And then, by the way, I told another guy I dated that this guy was like really into me. And then he's like, you should pee on me sometime. I was like, I don't know. I'm not really into that. I was like, I've been peed on once. And he was like, you let a guy pee on you? And he was like so turned off. I'm like, hey, asshole, you should ask me to pee on you, you piece of shit.
Yeah, guys have peed on me in the shower, but just like, just like being funny. like
No.
on my foot, and I'm like, ew, but nothing like I don't think it was like erotic.
I think that, yeah.
What
no.
about shitting on a guy?
Ew, no. Have you?
No.
I've never shit on a guy.
No.
Only with my mouth in public.
Oh my God. I had this dominatrix on here, and she told me she shit in a guy's mouth.
Oh, dude, when I did that Playboy Channel show, the shit that guys want you to do to them is
What?
on my Playboy Channel show, we'd like meet people that would do all this weird stuff. Like, there's one thing that's okay. So there's the whole foot fetish thing,
Mm-hmm.
But do you know there's this whole fetish, guys that love feet, where they stick their like they get in a box. They get in a box that all that's sticking out is like their face, and then you stand on their face because like your feet on their face like turns them on. Like your full body weight is like crushing their face. Like there's so much weird shit that guys are into. It's crazy.
I've jacked guys off with my feet. This guy who I like really, really liked when I was 15 in high school had a foot fetish. And it was so weird because I knew he had it, but I was still like 15. Like I just like wanted a boy to like me. I didn't like think I was going to have to jack a guy off with my feet. And I remember we were like in his basement one day after school, which was his bedroom. I kept him in the basement. And then I was like, what do you want to do? You know, like trying to be cute. And he was like, you know what I want.
Oh my God.
And he like made me jack him off with
You were
my feet.
15?
Yes.
I didn't even get into anything till I was like 17.
You lost your virginity when you were
I like
17?
how I'm making 17 seem like so much past 50.
Wait, is that when you lost your virginity?
Kind of, not. I mean,
What does that
technically,
mean?
I say that I lost. Okay, so I say that I was a virgin when I got married. But technically, I kind of had sex once before I got married, but I don't count it because it was like my first real boyfriend, and basically the guy just like put a condom on, barely got the tip in, and came because he was like so excited. So it was like I didn't even feel it. Like it was like to me, it was like there wasn't even one. I feel like you have to get one thrust in for it to count as
Totally.
sex. Like so I didn't really fuck till I was married.
Do you remember your cherry getting popped?
No, I think it must have happened on a bike or when I got maybe when I got fingered
Me
the first
too.
time. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, because it hurt the first time, I do remember thinking, this isn't fun. This hurts. It was at a skating rink in a car.
That's so funny.
I was 14. He was 17.
What was that drink that starts with an A? That's like the drink from like Moulin Rouge, or I think it's Moulin
Absinthe?
Rouge. Yeah. I drank absinthe at a keg party with this
What?
guy, and then we like walked off. And we like sat on these I was sitting on this like random chair, I think like outside a stranger's house. And he was fingering me. And then when we got back, there was blood all over my shirt. And I was like, I think he
Oh.
popped my cherry because his hands were really, like
bet
his
he
fingers
did.
were so long.
Yeah, I think this guy popped mine too. Now I'm thinking about it because I remember it hurting. And I remember being like, this is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
This isn't fun. This hurts. Yeah. I mean, also, though, I think 14 is so young. Like, I know like everybody's doing everything now, but like, I remember just doing it because I felt like you had to fit in, but
Mhm.
never really being like, this is great. I don't remember ever kissing a guy that was like a fun experience till I was like 16 or 17. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't feel like any of my hookups like really were a thing until I was in high school. I mean, not high school, I'm sorry.
College.
Until I was in college.
Yeah.
And I started dating a guy who was a little older than me, and by a little 9 years. But which felt like a lot when I was 18.
It is a lot. It's almost a
It
decade.
felt like a lot.
It's almost a decade.
Yeah, I was like, why is he dating me?
Yeah, I remember. I always liked older guys. In fact, this last guy is the only guy I ever dated who's younger than me. Dated. I've hooked up with
Mhm.
younger guys, but
I hate younger guys.
yeah, I need a man.
Yeah.
I really need a man. Like the next guy, if I date another guy. But then again, the last two were before him were 45 and 50 or something, 49, and they both were like adolescents. I feel like there's no such thing as like, are men
Yeah.
real? Like grown up men? Like, are they there? Like, are they out there? Are you there? Are you out there? Hello?
Well, if you are,
DM me.
DM Kate.
I just started talking to a hockey player this morning.
Ooh.
And he's hot as fuck, but I'm already annoyed because I can just tell.
Does
Like,
he have oh,
he keeps sending me photos.
that's
I hate when guys
What?
send
Of
photos.
what?
Himself.
I was dating a guy who would send me selfies of him at the
Ugh.
gym without a shirt on.
Yeah, this guy.
I was like, no.
Yeah, this guy sent me. Also his Instagram is private. And anytime a guy DMs me, I'll say this straight up. If a guy DMs me on Instagram and he's not following me, like, I don't trust him. I mean, not right away. He doesn't have to be following me the first, but if we start talking, And then
I see why.
I follow him. He doesn't follow me because I'm like, he either has a girlfriend or wife.
Mhm.
Somebody's watching what he's doing on Instagram. Like, I don't trust any guy that won't fuck with you online. I'm not saying post your photo, but like, I dated a guy that wouldn't even like my pictures ever. And he was like, I just don't like women's photos. That's shady as fuck. There's a reason.
I know. I was dating a guy who would never post. He took me to Hawaii. And he was like my boyfriend, and he wouldn't post photos from our trip.
See?
And I was, and then he ended up breaking up with me a week later and cheated on me.
See?
So it was like he was fucking someone else.
Oh, no, dude, the last guy I was dating, the entire time we were dating, I was like, why do you have such a problem liking? He was like, I don't like any photos. I don't like any photos. Come to find out, one day I look at his ex-girlfriend's page. He likes every single photo of his ex and comments and shit on them. And then everybody I talk to is like, oh yeah, he's been obsessed with, like, he wants to get her, like, he's been trying to get her back forever. Like, everybody was like, all I know is anytime now I question anything someone's doing and I'm like, I don't trust this, I'm going with it from now on.
I know. It's so hard to get used to following
your intuition.
Yes.
Imagine if you just trusted your gut, like, like, if I had trusted my gut from jump, even with this person, I never would have even gone out with this person.
Yeah.
But like, I think women want so bad to be made to feel special that when someone starts doing that, no matter what's right in front of your face, you're like, but he's making me feel special. Like, we have to be stronger than that.
Yeah.
I'm so strong and such a badass in every aspect of my career. And then when it comes to dudes, I allow myself to fall to these weak ass motherfuckers. Like, no.
Yeah.
I'm done with that. Fuck you guys. Fuck you, bro.
Yeah. So to sum up the episode, trust your intuition. Kate is looking for a man.
Kate eats ass.
And follow her on Instagram. That's what I just got.
Thank you. Yeah.
And then do you want to promote any dates or anything?
When does this come out?
In a week.
Yeah, well, you know what? Just follow me on Instagram at Kate Q Funny. Check out my podcast, Date Fails, which Chelsea was on, which you got to come back and do again.
Podcast.
Thank you. And I got a bunch of dates coming up. I don't need to plug them all here. I know I'm coming to Kentucky at the end of this month, and then I'll be doing Chicago Theater with Joey Diaz in September, and I don't know, a bunch of shit coming up. I'm excited.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and please subscribe, rate, and review to the podcast. And thanks for listening.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.